Hi everyone, Nathaniel here. I am in Lucas County, Iowa today. I want to talk to you about the history of Lucas County and a little bit about their county seat. First thing I want to talk to you guys about before I go too far is the monument to the Civil War soldiers from Lucas County. Lucas County, like most other counties in the state, have a monument to the Civil War dead. And I'm going to keep repeating this in every single video because I want people to understand this. The state of Iowa put more troops per capita than any other state, both north or south, and to this day has a higher percentage of men and women who serve in the armed forces than the national average. The national average is about 1%. In Iowa, the average is about 7%. A couple of things about this monument that are really cool is that, one, it was placed here in 1916. Most Civil War monuments across the entire country weren't placed until the 20th century, the early 20th century, around 1916 to 1926. There's a 10-year span where the veterans' families wanted to pay homage to their fallen family members and fighting for either the North or the South. But almost all the monuments took place in the early 20th century. This one was erected in 1916, May of 1916. But on the statue right about here is the symbol for the Grand Army of the Republic, which kind of when after the war in the early 20th century, there were massive veterans reunions all over the country, and Iowa hosted a lot of these. And the symbol for the Grand Army of the Republic is attached to this monument here, and it's, like I said, right here. And that's the same symbol you see if you go to the state capitol in Des Moines, look up in the dome, you'll see this exact same thing, and that's what it's from. All over the southern Iowa, there were massive parades and marches for veterans for the state of Iowa and around the country that were northern veterans of the Union Army. Here's the Lucas County Courthouse. The courthouse was built in 1893. It is the third courthouse that the county has used, and there's not really a whole lot of history I could find on the building, but the inside of the building, the tiles are reminiscent, in my opinion, to that of the state capitol in Des Moines. I think that's very cool. Lucas County was organized in 1846 and was named after the second territorial governor of Iowa, Robert Lucas. Now, Robert Lucas was born in Mecklenburg, Virginia in 1871 and spent most of his life actually serving in the state of Ohio. He was an Ohio assemblyman in their state house, and then he spent a lot of time in the Ohio Senate and eventually became the 12th governor of the state of Ohio, and was then later appointed by President Van Buren to be the territorial governor of Iowa. He wasn't first here to arrive. He actually, a man by the name of Conway, arrived in Iowa shortly before Lucas did, and took over some of the responsibilities of governor, so making Lucas technically the second territorial governor of Iowa. Governor Lucas was instrumental in moving the capital from what was then Burlington, Iowa, up to Iowa City, Iowa. And he didn't spend much time in Iowa City while governor, because most of the legislative duties, the building that they had up there in Iowa City, which wasn't constructed, wasn't done, he spent most of his time in Bloomington, which is now Muscatine, and Burlington. He did die in 1853 in Iowa City, and his house and his mansion are all there, and they are well kept. And he's buried in Oakland Cemetery in Iowa City, Iowa. And I'll do another video about the governors of Iowa later, but this is kind of a brief history of who he was and how the county got its name. He was a living politician when the county named itself, so he's one of the few American politicians that have something named after him while he was alive. I'm finding a couple of these. It's typically not allowed in American politics where you have a living politician have something named after him or her. But you have George Washington with Washington, D.C. You have Governor Lucas with Lucas County. There's also a town in Lucas County called Lucas, which is named after Governor Lucas. Governor Ray has a street named after him while he was still alive. And you have Barack Obama's high school in Virginia. All right. Now, this building over here, this is the Hotel Chariton. It was built by a really famous architect in the area by the name of William Perkins. Perkins built a couple of buildings here that were really, really popular and actually are still maintained to this day. They're being restored as we speak. Chariton was plotted in 1850. It's the county seat of Lucas County, and most of the business was all done through coal mining. It was a coal mining town. Chariton was a French trapper and is also where the Chariton River in Iowa gets its name. A couple interesting things about Chariton, Iowa is that it is the midway point on Highway 34 going through Iowa going east and west. So it is equal distance between the Nebraska border and the Illinois border on Highway 34 standing in Chariton. Another really interesting thing about Chariton, Iowa is that this courthouse behind me is actually on the divide between the Missouri and the Mississippi rivers. So on one side of me, the water drains in the Mississippi. On the other side of me, the water drains in the Missouri. And so this is kind of the middle of the middle. And that divide goes right through the county courthouse. So that's basically what there is about Lucas County and the city of Chariton. Hy-Vee got its start here, and reportedly, even though I wasn't able to find any concrete evidence on this, Taco Bell also got its start here. I believe Taco Bell, Taco John's, I'm pretty sure it was Taco Bell that had it. It supposedly got its start here in Chariton. Both companies' headquarters have since moved on, but there is a lot of connections between Hy-Vee, at least still with the city of Chariton. Hy-Vee is actually spending most of the money for the restoration of the Hotel Chariton and the Chariton Herald building, the Patriot building, which was also designed by William Perkins. The cool thing about the square is that a lot of the buildings seem to be from the turn of the 20th century still. So that's cool. When you see city squares kind of hold their original atmosphere, the original buildings, that's always nice to see. Some cities haven't been able to maintain that as well as Chariton has, and a few of the other towns. So that's Chariton, Iowa. Their high school is the Chariton Chargers, and their school colors are red and white. And I believe they're still a 3A school, at least in football. So that's Chariton, Iowa. That's Lucas County, Iowa, and the Lucas County Courthouse. If you have any other information that you think I should add to Lucas County history, let me know, and I will try to go address those. One other thing, they do have a monument to all of the veterans of foreign wars. They have erected in recent years. Many counties are starting to do this. They haven't been up recently, but I'm seeing more and more monuments being raised to modern conflicts, including all veterans from the county and to the state of Iowa on county courthouses. Again, showing homage to the fact that the state of Iowa produces more service to the United States military than most of the states, and the population much less than a lot of other states. So that's Lucas County in Chariton, Iowa. Until next time, stay classy, Iowa. Peace out.